Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton, and this is Dalton My World. Now, this is going to be some commentary, and this is going to be some news. Okay? So, today is September the 1st, 2022. All right? Now, we're going to talk a little bit about stimulus. We're going to talk a little bit about Biden and some other stuff in the news, all right? So this is going to be a quickie. I'm not going to be on here for no 15 hours, all right? Now, straight. The first thing I want to ask Biden and the Democrats is, where are the executive orders? Remember, we supposed to be swimming in executive orders. Remember what he said? He said, if you get the climate change bill passed, I'll sign it. And then he said, if you get and then I'm going to give you a lot of executive orders. Then he said, if he's going to give us money off of our student loans, $10,000, $20,000 if you have a Pell Grant, and then he said, and after that, I'm gonna be flooding you with so many executive orders you can't handle it. All we hear now is crickets chirping, okay? And excuse the bags under my eyes, it's early in the morning. All right, so all we hear now is the crickets chirping. What happened to all those executive orders? And remember how all those Democrats were saying, oh, we got groups and groups that we're creating to find out how many, to find out what type of executive orders the president can do for the American people. Remember that? We're going to do tons of them for you. Yeah. Where are the executive orders? Okay? He got what he wanted with the climate change. Now, and also, before I go on, I ask you to share this, to subscribe if you like to. But mostly I ask for you to comment in a respectful manner in the comment box below. All right? Now, and give it a thumbs up if you want to. And this is off script, so I don't have a script. I just got my Starbucks coffee. And no, I don't get paid to say that. As my homie Robin said, want to talk politics, you got to have the coffee. Now, the other thing, something I want to straighten out some details about the student loan forgiveness. If you didn't know, it's supposed to be, I think in 2 weeks, you'll be able to download, sign, and send in, and I believe fax in the letters to give you that $10,000 off. And if you're in Pell Grant, if you use Pell Grant, $20,000 off of your student loans. Okay, so they're working out the details right now, for the letter, and then in about 2 weeks, you'll be able to go to the government website that they'll let you know about, and then you can download it, fill out your letters, and mail it in. So give it another 2 weeks before those letters are available. 3 weeks at the most, okay? So that's like the end of this month of September at the most. Now that's the worst case scenario, but it'll probably be ready in about 2 weeks. And remember, when you're talking about 2 weeks, you're talking about um, eh, you know, 10 business days. You do not count the weekends. All right. Now the thing about this is a lot of miscommunication about this student loan forgiveness. So I'm kind of go through it a little bit. When it comes to the student loan, okay, uh, yeah, it's going to cost like 300 and a little bit over $300 billion for them to do it, okay, for all Americans that qualify. Now, what they said is right now, the government is sitting on almost $900 billion of excess money, okay, that was given back to, a lot of it was given back to the United States government or Federal Reserve when certain programs from the first and second stimulus expired. Then if you don't use it, you lose it and you have to send it back. Okay? And you gotta remember, you gotta know that was a little while back because the so-called fourth stimulus, this climate change bill that was signed, that was so-called the fourth stimulus. So that was a little while back. Now they're saying that they're gonna take the money from that so they don't have to tax people. Okay, because I've had some concerns about people saying, now I'm going to get taxed again. No, they're saying they're going to take the money from that fund, that excess money, to support this bill. Number two, Republicans are trying to say that it's illegal and he does not have the power. Okay, for the young people out there, the pandemic that we have experienced and still is experiencing is not the first pandemic United States or other countries have ever experienced. It's just the first global pandemic that has been televised that we have ever had. Okay, it's a big difference, but America has had several pandemics. The reason I'm saying that is when certain pandemics happen, certain laws are created. So when the pandemic, for instance, cancer has not been eradicated. AIDS have not been eradicated. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that has not been eradicated. But back to what I was going to say is that anytime during pandemic, laws are made. Okay, in 2003, laws was made on how they gave the president power to do what he's going to do with the student loans. Okay, it's giving him power to do that. And a lot of the Republicans that are going up against the president, trying to say it's illegal, is not telling the people that many of those Republicans have had hundreds of thousands of dollars of PPP loans forgiven. But they don't want you as an American person to have $10,000 of your student loan forgiven or $20,000 if you Pell Grant. And I think it's Marjorie Green is one of the people yelling about it. You know, Miss Conspiracy Theorist. She's a Republican. She's yelling about it. And I think she had over $100,000 worth of PPP loans forgiven. But for some reason, when it's time to give you $10,000 off your $60,000 student loan forgiven. She don't want that. Okay, so there's a rule in the Holy Bible that says, there's a saying in the Holy Bible, whether you believe it or not. It's just take it for the lesson it's trying to tell people. Those without sins can cast the first stone. So a lot of those Republicans maybe should have thought about that, since they consider themselves conservative and holy. Should remember that before they open their mouth about against Americans getting some type of relief against their student loans. You know what I'm saying? Now, but I want to go back on this fourth stimulus package. I'm going to have to make this clear one more time because a lot of people are confused. There is no Build Back Better plan. That's gone. The so-called fourth stimulus package was that climate bill that was passed. Okay? That is the fourth stimulus package. And no, there's nothing in there for you and I, except for, immediately, except for lowering the price of prescriptions, doing stuff for the climate, giving you discounts on electric cars and things such as that. Now, but it's not anything like the first or second stimulus package that we had. First, second, or third stimulus package we had. What's missing, as I stated, is the things for you and I as Americans. Okay? Child tax credits. There's a lot of stuff. Extension of EBT. Okay? They could extend that through executive order. There's a lot of things they could have done through executive order that they didn't. Okay? And so I'm not, they say that they have till October to do another one, but it's not going to happen. They are right now, the president is already going around being a politician and speaking on the positive things the Democrats have done. So the Democrats can have something to preach about, okay, in November. Hopefully that you will sign. Now, what he can do, he can pull a Trump move. And what Trump did is Trump sometimes at the last minute will give people, he will buy votes in certain ways by giving American people money. And hey, it works. So if it's some way that president can give American people money through executive order, that's going to boost his ratings and probably push the Democrats over the finish line. But what's really hurting the Democrats right now is all the information about Trump. Now, unless you've been on the rock, you realize Trump's in trouble. What Trump is going through right now, that's only one of his legal battles that he has to fight right now because of things that he allegedly have done wrong. And for some reason, let me help you out here. If you're a president, you really don't have to worry about all that stuff, okay? Because you're protected. People can't sue you and all that. You're protected. Once you stop being a president, you're no longer protected. You don't have that shield of protection anymore. Okay? And this reality Trump is starting to see. He's still in denial, but he's starting to see. And those papers some of those papers were taken has something to do with a Russian probe. And if they find out that he was giving him or any of his family members were giving any information to Russia, and right now we are not friends with Russia, okay? He's in trouble. Okay, and the worst things Trump can do right now is to be Trump and act like he usually acts, because these are not situations in which he's used to having to deal with, okay? And these are serious things. And these little wannabe groups that's popping up in his defense, you know what I mean? If you haven't heard on the news, they ain't playing with him. They taking him out. One guy, he had a nail gun, poof, 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 took him out. They're not playing with these people, and they're not going to. Okay, so Trump has got his worries, and like I said, that's one of many lawsuits that Trump is dealing with, and some of them are like haven't even begun yet. They have dates on them, but they haven't even begun yet. But yes, people still rocking around talking about Trump's going to be president in 2024. No. Now, I'm not saying that there's not going to be a Republican that's going to be president in 2024. I'm just saying it ain't going to be Trump. It could be his son, but it ain't going to be Trump. Okay? And I believe that ageism is going to have a lot to do with it. People are going to want to have a president, whether it's a male, female, Democrat, Republican, Independent, it doesn't matter. They're going to want somebody younger. Age is going to have something to do with it. Okay? Now, I do appreciate y'all listening, and as I stated, you can click off now, but the rest is going to be for my subscribers. I want to rap to them about some stuff that I saw in the news. But also remember that September is the pre-holiday season, so you got to get your mind right. Remember, kids are in school now, so drive safely. All right? But like I said, you got to get your mind right and prepare yourself mentally for fall and winter. All right? And I'll elaborate more on that later. Now, like I said, and I appreciate my viewers for stopping by. Now, the rest of this is going to be strictly for my subscribers. If your viewers want to hang around, that's fine. All right, subscribers. I know I got to act up a little bit now. Recently, I was reading an article, and they're pushing this new jury now. This jury are pearls. You know what I'm saying? Pearls that you wear around your neck, pearls, rings, and everything. Pearls. These pearls are made out of semen, jizz, You know what I'm saying? The sticky love. Yeah. So I can't make this up. Now in the future, I might get a PO box and connect it to my YouTube channel. Now, if anybody send me on them pearl necklace, it's gonna be a fight. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Once I read that article, I was like, you know, like a side hustle. I can make some money. But then I was like, no, no, no. My spiritual side came in, no, dog, no, no. So, no, don't worry. But I lie to you not, people. Now, another thing I want to tell you about here in Pittsburgh, I'm sure it's happening all in Pennsylvania, but here in Pittsburgh, we've had a influx of a population of two different types of nationalities that is really kind of shocking. Nothing against it, but it tells you a lot about what's going on in Pittsburgh. One is Latin. We've had an influx of Latin people, and it just, when I moved down here, really wasn't that many. I mean, you had them, but you really didn't, ain't nothing like Texas and all that, okay? Huge influx of Latin people. I don't know if they're legal or illegal. I don't know. I'm not trying to get all in that. But a huge influx. And huge influx of East Indians. Now, I knew that was going to happen because there's some unspoken projects that are on the way, it's on its way here, and that is happening here, and it deals with technology and engineering, and I mean big money. Okay, so I knew that when that happened, I knew I kind of had an idea that was going to happen, you know. But yeah, you got a huge influx of Asian, mainly East Indian, believe it or not, mainly East Indian, and also Latin American. And so Pittsburgh is changing. All right, it's definitely changing. And now we're getting ready to hit the fall season. I'm kind of looking forward to winter. Okay, but I did have a weird dream about one day I had a weird dream about winter, and I remember waking up and looking out, and in the dream there was just tons of snow, and I remember hearing the forecast, and there was snow, just tons of snow happening in the east. But the weird part is that there was tons of snow in places that don't normally get snow, like like Las Vegas. Okay, so it was really, really a rough winter. So maybe that's just a call that it's gonna be a rough winter this year. All right, so I guess I'll wrap to y'all later. Prepare your mind, your soul, and your spirit for fall season. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about, just kind of grind my gears, okay, is one show I've been waiting on. See, I'm not really a Game of Thrones type person. That's just not me. But one show I've been waiting on, that's going to start tomorrow on Amazon. And if you got Amazon Prime, you'll be able to watch it for free. And it's Lord of the Rings, and I think it's called the 10 Rings or something like that. And I I've been waiting on this, and what's really getting on my nerves is that people lately have just been jumping on a bandwagon and talking negative about stuff just from watching a trailer and not even giving shows or anything a chance to bloom, to be seen. They'll just look at trailers and just start putting it down. And it's been starting to be a popular thing, and it's getting on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, dang, let the trailer, you know, let the trailer play, but let the show actually start and have a couple episodes in there before you start trying to rip it apart, you know, so that you can get views. I'm just, and then I was getting ready to watch this one show called The Sandman, and I love the graphics on that show. But I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all want to watch that show, The Sandman, it looks like it's really good, but I'm gonna tell you something. It's really, 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 really gay and woke. Okay? Now, if you don't have a problem with that, that's fine. But I mean, it is like, it is the epitome. I mean, it looks like it's a great show and everything, but if you're gonna watch that on Netflix, understand, go in with an open mind, because it's a really, really gay series. What I liked about it though, I haven't watched it. I just watched certain things on it. What I like about it though, that the graphics is really, really good. Beautiful art. Okay, done well. But if y'all gonna watch that, I'm telling y'all. All right, and a lot of times shows like Lord of the Rings, a lot of times people jump on the bandwagon and put them down because if that show or that movie is not as woke as the woke groups want it to be, then they'll just automatically, before it even launches, try to attack it. They'll troll it. They'll get in their little secret groups, try to attack it. They'll do that to YouTube channels. So you know, and Facebook channels, and Instagram. So you know they do it to movies. It's like they got the agenda. All right? And they have perfected ways to attack it. So I mean, I'm like, dang, give the show a chance. And lately, if you there's an app called Freevee, FREEVEE. Okay, and if you haven't seen that, if you haven't downloaded that app, you might want to download that app. Okay, because through that app, sure, you got ads, but through that app, you're able to see something I've been watching lately: every single episode of the X-Files for free, as well as there's a lot of other stuff. And also, my other favorite app is Tubi, Tubi. They have really upgraded their original movies and their original series. And if you're into stuff like cryptos, like vampires, werewolves, Cuba, I forgot what they call it, Cuba Compa or something like that. Just little urban myths and stuff like that, and creatures, Bigfoot, all that. They have a series, original series, and they have different experts that was dealing with that, talking about it. So it's different different episodes and different creatures on different episodes. Really, really good. Okay, they have really upgraded the game, and Tubu is a free app, so check it out. Okay, these are 2 free apps. Anybody can download. Anybody can use to watch free shows, and they have new shows, new movies, as well as classic shows and classic movies. And I'm trying to tell y'all, the X-Files, the original ones, it still got it. I've been binge watching that, and that's my thing right now. Anyway, I guess I'll wrap to y'all later. Stay safe out there. Peace.